counterparts in the private sector. Public sector jobs have been and still are a critical lifeline for wealth stability among Black communities. In fact, the public sector has been the single greatest factor mitigating Black poverty, and that's an empirical fact. And speaking in broad terms, there have been 3 historical periods when Black people have made substantial progress economically and in the realm of civil rights. The first being Reconstruction, when protection was granted by the federal government to try to enforce basic civil rights. Important public social programs were established in the South, and even some federal employment was opened up to Black people. And if you're interested to hear more on Reconstruction, we have a great guest for you. But the second period was the era of the New Deal and World War II, where Black workers got a deeper foothold in expanded public employment, and over 1 million Black workers joined the mostly private sector trade union movement.
What?
But can we not pretend that the reason why Black people got jobs is because they sent the white men off to war, then they sent the white women to work, and then the white women, they ran out of them, so then they were like, well, fucking niggas, here you go.
Yeah,
am I lying?
In the New Deal, I'll let Mud talk about the New Deal, but good God.
Word up.
Mud, go ahead, tell us about the New Deal, brother, please.
Nah, Sam said it. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's what happened. The war was going on. They had a shortage of labor, and that's when we were able to get in. So
yep.
I mean, it is what it is, and
and we were left out of the New Deal in the beginning of it.
Yeah, mean, obviously, I think. Well, I guess I shouldn't just assume that the people who are tuned into our show already know this, because we've said it over and over again. But
yeah, there'd be new folks out there.
Yeah, I mean, we were left out of Social Security. We were left out of the
GI Bill.
The GI Bill. It's just a whole host of things that happened that it becomes hard to listen to these motherfuckers champion fucking Roosevelt and the New Deal, and then not speak about how we were kind of cut out of that or fucked in that deal, and how if anything going forward is done, that we got to really take an account for the multiple times that we have been fucked out of these programs. And I think we need to be getting extra.
The FHA. Yep.
Yeah, we need to get extra. Whatever it is that they propose, we should be made a priority, and we should get extra, whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But I guess I think I came to this conclusion a long time ago. But the left is just fine with our genocide. They really are. They're just okay, eventually these niggas are gonna be gone. We'll just deal with everybody else coming aboard. All these programs that they're getting, Office of New Americans, they're getting all this federal funding funds that we can't even get our hands on. The average Negro can't even get their hands on. So I mean, this is shit. Sam, what else you got? I'm sorry, John. You supposed to go. My bad.
Yeah. Shit, you hit the nail. Y'all keeping it real. It's real shit, man. And the thing about it is real shit. Redlining is so big on them. Redlining. We should start reparations at redlining. FDR was the real. He's the architect of redlining. You know what I'm saying? FDR, the most progressive president, you feel me, in the fucking country, is the architect of redlining, because he wanted to get white Southern racists down with his team in order to pass these sweeping wealth redistribution. You feel me? He had the boxes out, the quote unquote. He ain't want to expend none of his political capital. You know what I mean? Was he criminal real shit? Then towards the end of his life, he came with the Bill of Justice and Rights or whatever the fuck that was. He knew he was going to die in 3 days. You know what I mean? He's
the Workers' Bill of Rights after he couldn't do shit with it. Yeah.
But I appreciate the justice though, but he knew he was going to die. He wasn't going to spend no real political capital to, you know what I mean? In the 30s to do that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So why the fuck can't the left look at y'all? Look at the right wingers, the neo-libs. Why can't you look at FDR with a clear lens? Yo. He started redlining. He kicked off redlining. Real. Signed them bills real shit. You know what? We gonna box Black people out. All right. Real.
And people don't understand. They literally resegregated certain towns to do redlining. A lot of these towns were mixed towns, and they went through and had to create Black and white projects.
That's real.
Oh mess.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just saying it's a whole mess. Go ahead.
I'm just saying like shit like that, like you feel me, like real shit, because NG brought the FH, the feel me, the federal, the housing shit, and all this other shit, man. Like real shit, man. These people live in a fantasy world, man. They just love acting like nothing really ain't really happened to us like that, based off race and slavery and Jim Crow and all the other shit we went through, and we just came up like any other immigrant. You feel me? Immigrant as no.
People just called us bad names and didn't let us sit at their lunch counters. There was no there was no death or wealth, extraction, no hanging. Like people just called us niggers and sambos and didn't let us get ice cream. They didn't let us eat vanilla ice cream. So, and that's why we're still upset in 2021, because our feelings are intergenerationally hurt. That's what white people really think. And not just white people, people of color. Well, I go through discrimination too. Has somebody burned a cross on your lawn?
Nope.
Did they hang somebody in your family for speaking out about the treatment that your family was getting? No? Then shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And for people like, I don't want to play the oppression Olympics. I want to win that shit. I'm tired of you. I'm playing the oppression Olympics and I am going for the fucking gold.
You want the gold. You want the gold, baby. Bro.
I'm playing it all day long. I don't give a fuck.
I'm Michael Phelps in this shit.
And the third period was, of course, during the 1960s, with civil rights and voting rights enshrined into law, which took vigorous action from the federal government. And again, Black people took advantage of a huge expansion of public employment in the 60s to get relatively secure and well-paid jobs. Notice how during these periods, the establishment of businesses, whether Black-owned or not, did not play a significant role in actually advancing the interests of the majority of Black people. We don't have to go to Black capitalism for inspiration on how we address the crisis that so many Black people are facing. There was another model put forward in the 60s, and that was the Freedom Budget, developed by civil rights strategist Bayard Rustin and union leader A. Philip Randolph. The program of the Freedom Budget represented a complete redistribution of wealth and power in our society. It called for national health insurance, full employment, the elimination of slums with high-quality affordable housing, raising the minimum wage, and more. This program would have, of course, benefited all working people, but we should always be clear that Black people are disproportionately working class people, more so than whites. This is the model that should inspire us today. And let's listen a little bit to Bayard Rustin talking about the Freedom Budget.
The Freedom Budget furthermore says that when you talk about Negroes helping themselves, Negroes are prepared to help themselves. 1/4 of all the Negro poor are not unemployed. They are working at beneath minimum wages.
Sorry, pause. That was back in the day, bruh. These days in Chicago, don't we have like 40% of Black men not working? And that was before COVID. Listen,
These people are horrible.
Listen, people, stop giving me old ass answers. Don't show me nobody else before 1999. Let's say, what year did they invent the internet? No, what year did they invent the internet? I'll go back as far as the internet, like 88, 85, 82. What year did they invent the internet? Don't talk to me about no fucking body before they fucking invented the internet. We got the internet. We got all this antitrust bullshit that y'all ain't fucking with. Like, quit talking to me about old ass answers. Like, we got all new kinds of technology. Motherfuckers really don't even need to work anymore. Like, robots can take care of most of this shit. All you need to do is train a few smart motherfuckers to run the robots. And that's just long enough for the robots to learn how to run themselves. Like, that's it. Like, so, like, can we stop sitting here pretending like the dude who kept saying, well, have you read From Here to Equality? From Here to Equality, and he also talks about how white moderates ain't shit, and you one of them, you fucking white Brazilian. I don't give a fuck.
No, that was Where Do We Go From Here? Where do we go from here?
Sorry, where do we go from here? What was I saying? I'm sorry. I lost my...
From Here to Equality.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. See, Darity's
you
on the
one,
brain.
though.
No,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Where do we go from here? Was that Chaos
Where to
and
go here by Martin
Community?
Luther King? Yeah.
By Martin Luther King, yes. But this
Yeah.
dude kept bringing that shit up. Well, he said UBI like 10 times. And he also said white mothers ain't shit. So fuck
And
you
he also
and quit
I
cherry
sent him a
picking.
video of when he's fought for reparations. Got to skip over the whole video.
Fuck yeah, he did, bitch ass. Talk about, well, I'm a descendant of slaves. You are a whole salty. Like, I'm just gonna need you to keep it a buck. You ain't got a Negro nose. You ain't got Negro first the feature. You are a whole fucking white man. And in Brazil, you are a whole fucking white man. Quit playing with me. Because Brazil is colorist like a motherfucker. You are a white person. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I swear to God, man. Y'all get on my nerves. I swear, y'all just drive me. Yeah, that's why I had to block his bitch ass. And then he brought in stupid bitch Becky coming in right behind him acting stupid. I was like, how the fuck? Where do these fucking idiots come from? Gang. Canada. That's why gang ain't shit. And listen, you fucking foreigners, god damn, I am so fucking tired of talking to like Canadians and motherfuckers who don't talk to me about US politics when you don't fucking live here and it doesn't affect you. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Like, for real. Like, listen, I'm not talking about what's going on in fucking Canada. I don't know who your prime minister is. I don't know if you have a prime minister. I don't know shit. Like, I don't know shit. And I'm not telling you shit. I don't know about the relations between blacks and natives and white people in Canada. I don't know shit. I'm not coming to tell you shit about shit in your country. You know why? Because I don't fucking know. I don't. I know like 3 black people in Canada and don't give a fuck. Keep it buck. 100%. So quit playing with me. Like, I'm so tired of y'all folks. Y'all are the worst. Like, y'all just come in and be like, well, Martin Luther King died in 1968. It is 2021. People have lived and died since King. Literally. Come on. Like, bruh. I'm tired of y'all. Listen. Fuck Marx. Fuck all this old ass shit. And I'm not saying you can't learn from the past, but y'all don't want to learn from it. Y'all want to relive the shit. The shit that, if King's idea was such a great idea, why did the motherfuckers kill him? Why did the government kill him? Like, if white people thought this was such a great idea, we were going to do all these great things, why didn't white people get in the street and riot and tear this country apart when King died instead of black people? So, yeah. Y'all obviously ain't there yet neither, but y'all ain't got no ideas. That's what I keep seeing. What I keep seeing from being in this space is just a bunch of people who are unimaginative and have no ideas. And that is fucking pathetic. And that's why this country is terrible and it sucks. Because there is no vision for the future. Even when this country was racist and anti-black, at least back in the day, they had a vision for the future, for their little white children's lives to be better than their predecessors. That's not even a vision for the future anymore. There is no vision for this country, and that's why it sucks. And you keep putting people in office who have no fucking vision, and you keep sitting at home waiting for someone to come and fucking save you. But you're the only fuckers who can save yourselves, but you're not going to do it because you're waiting for whoever, whether it be the white messiah, the black messiah, whoever the fuck you pray to. That's the bullshit you waiting on. I'm sorry, I'm done. I was on one. That shit gets on my nerves. I'm sorry. General strike. Fuck it. Nobody go to work. Fuck it.
You know
break
what?
This bitch.
It just occurred to me. They are one of the reasons why they're floundering is they were dependent on Reverend Barber and the Poor People's Campaign. Reverend Barber is now under Biden's umbrella. They are fucked. They are fucked.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh, they are so fucked. Oh, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. That is.
Oh, you're so funny.
So awesome.
Nice warm blanket.
Man, talk to me, man.
Shit, I don't got shit. Sam said the whole, like, damn, she gave the whole guy.
Gotta quit letting Sam talk first.
She's tired.
We like the collection plate done been passed around a couple of times. We're ready to go home now.
Let's go.
Nah, we
Let's
gotta
go
pass
home.
around the building fund. We ain't done yet. We gotta pass around the building fund.
See, she got the spirit going. That's what you trying to pass it back. Put more on the pot.
Pass around the building fund. Okay, we got like what? We got a minute and 56 seconds. So let's just play this out.
Let John go. Let John go.
You got anything left?
Go.
Oh, nah.
If you got some, go ahead.
Nah, but like real, like you right though. These motherfuckers, they don't have no vision for the future, and they like jumping in the time machine and talking about when times is way worse with black people. Like this is what we need to do. Like, we need to do what we're doing Jim Crow. I'm like, yo, what are you like? What? Like, no, matter of fact, nah, fuck all that. Erase that. I mean, slavery time. Remember in slavery time when they was talking about Marx? I'm like, yo, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you're not learning from what the fuck they were saying and trying to apply it, at least in the 60s and 70s, what they were doing and learning from what the old shit and trying to apply it to a new future. They're not doing that. They just want to take us in the time machine and take us backwards, you know what I mean, to the FDR days when we was getting hung in the height of Jim Crow. I don't want no FDR days, bro, when I can't get Social Security and I might get castrated for looking at a white lady. Y'all niggas crazy.
Shit, no, not even looking, being accused of looking at one.
Word up, walk past one. He looked at me, kill him, and I'll be dead. Like, come on, this nigga's crazy. These people crazy, bro. That's it. That's all.
Thank you, John. I think
you don't want to go back to Birth of a Nation. You don't want to go back to those days.
No.
You don't miss the good old days of black capitalism when white people used to come in and fucking hang you and burn down the town. But black people had businesses back then, right? Like, why are you hating?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we all can count our blessings that there's no recordings of Frederick Douglass that they can pull out.
Listening to Reset Race, you now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. What? Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them, put them back on the grill again. We grilling them, put them back on the grill again. We grilling them, back on the grill again. We grilling them, You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. Lineage go back to U.S. Southern plantations. Lineage, Jim Crow and mass incarceration. Redline and lynchings. We are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG the wise one. Cousin mother intellectual. Samantha bringing fire. Anti-black we pressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country. To win you need our energy. You gon' see. Listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.